have your fear, which might become reality. And you have Godzilla, which is reality.
I'm sick of Godzilla.
Wake up, gentlemen!
There are two things you don't know about the Earth. One is me, and the other is Godzilla.
We're safe now. No human being can understand that. The monsters on Monster Island can understand it.
Whether he returns or not, or is never again seen by human eyes, the things he has taught us remain.
Hey!
Yo!
I always don't know how to start these. Welcome everybody
Like
back
that.
to YHS on Monster Island. We're back, and tonight's going to be toy night. We're just going to talk about
Toys.
toys. We're going to show toys.
Mhm.
Jay's got toys. I got toys. There's toys coming out. It's just going to be a big old toy. It was easy research this week because I didn't have to do shit. Jay did it all. We got toys, and we're going to talk about toys. Jay, what's up?
Good, not a lot. Everything's good. I wouldn't say research as much as like just going back through like Instagram and Facebook and the sites that we go to. This remind me what came out at Wonderfest compared to like a day before, a day after and stuff. Because like there's just so much.
Too much.
We always say
It's
that
too
there's
much.
just
Honestly,
too much.
It's too much.
But no, it's going well. How are you, dude?
Dude, I'm good. I'm just excited. I'm excited. We get to see each other in like 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll be in New York, and maybe we'll go to Toy Tokyo or try to do some sort of Monster Island content while we're
Sure, why
in
not?
New York. I don't know. Probably not, but we'll at least be hanging out. So.
You might be busy, but yeah, we'll be there.
We might be busy, but we'll do something.
Yeah, and then if anybody's out there wants to,
There is
sell us some toys.
Listen,
that'd be great.
Dude, I know you're not I know you're a meat eater, and that's okay. But let me tell you, there is an amazing vegan dim sum place in Chinatown. And we can just go, we'll eat some dumplings.
Very cool.
And we'll do an episode.
I love dumplings, and I have nothing. I can. Vegan restaurants are totally fine with me. It's totally good. It's I'm not a has to have meat eater.
Yeah.
I like a little of everything. In fact, actually, I was thinking of you. So as we are planning Kaiju Go for August, we just booked a really cool food truck that's going to come out. So like people don't have to leave. There are tons of restaurants by the venue, but if they have to leave, it'll be right there, literally in front of the front door.
Sure.
It's called Sushi Dojo, but they have some really good vegan options. I was like, well, Jake's going to be good.
I'm already excited. It's my favorite kind of food.
Yeah,
and I think dumplings probably. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I think dumplings, gyoza. I think that is my favorite food of all time. I think it's hard to beat. Number one. They're so good.
Yeah, there's a city not too far from where I live called Carrollton, and has a large Asian community. I'm talking like everything from Japanese to Sri Lankan and everything in between. It's a real bustling community, and they're anchored by a couple big grocery stores, and I think both actually are Korean, 99 Ranch and H Mart. But anyway, and they're national chains and stuff. But one of them has H Mart has like a lot of like kind of kiosk and stall type restaurants in it, and they have one that like is like a hidden gem called Mr. Dumpling. It doesn't have a sign. That's just what it's called. When you go there, and you literally go in the grocery store, and you go by like the seafood section and then the produce, and there's like six or seven little shops in there, and the dumplings are just divine. They're so good. Amazing. Funny. I didn't know your love of dumplings. Many moons ago, I was probably, I don't know, maybe my late 20s. I took my parents to China with me for a couple of weeks, just like we were doing it. And we love dumplings. And we went to one of those, it's a little touristy, but we went to one of those really nice dumpling only restaurants where every course they make the dumpling to look like the protein or the vegetable or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, so it's like, you're eating, frog, and they make it look like a frog in there or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway,
I love it. Let's go. I want to go. Hey, you know what? You can call me Mr. Dumpling. Anyway, let's talk about toys. Jay, do you have some info about about Kaiju Go that you want to go ahead? You want to do that, or
nothing.
If you had anything you wanted to talk about, or
a lot of it. I can't remember what we talked about last time, but we kind of announced kind of the other half of the vendors that we didn't mention last time. I think we said Maggitarius was going to be there, but Michael Morse, you good old buddy's coming back. The creator of,
I can't wait,
of Big Boji and Yakultra Man and the little mini Sofubi masks and Smogger and everything. Stuff. So he'll be there.
Cool.
And which is really cool. He's great stuff. I spend a lot of money with him. When I get there, I'm like, I'm setting up. Oh, can I have that Big Boji? No, his stuff is great. And he's going to be there. I can't remember who else has it. Dirt House Vinyl is going to be there. Creatures of Decay, which is Dingy Dave on Instagram. He's great toy maker. He's going to be there. Plagued Earth Productions is coming in for it. Of course, we have Max Toy Co. We have Maggitarius. Matt Frank is going to be there. So our vendor room, of course, Tokyo Toy Down is going to be there. Yeah. Toy Matrix is going to be there. The great Gary Harmon. So a lot of cool stuff. So we're really excited. And yeah, but other than that, the big news was we got a food truck for everybody. Everybody wants to make sure they have as many food options as possible so they don't have to walk too far. I'm like,
that works.
We can do it.
That's good. That works out, man. I'm very excited about Kaiju Go. I think about it every day.
And if anybody's local, just like I won't mention this on the socials just because like sometimes it seems a little pushy and salesy, but like when our VIP we're capping at 150 for the VIP tickets. Like we have like about 25 or 30 left.
It's getting
like
there.
And it's, the event's in August, so it's getting there. So if you do have interest of going, if you do want to see,
ticket.
The Ultraman screening, and you do want to, shake hands with Mark and Max Nagata, and you do want to get lots of freebies, and there's going to be some more freebies that aren't even announced yet. That maybe get announced after VIP closes. It's going to be cool stuff. You'll get a little goodie bag, and there'll be some really cool stuff in there.
Goodie bag? I didn't know there was goodie bags. Hey,
They're
I've been looking up old Goosebumps books to try to figure out which ones I want to get signed by.
I don't even know. I don't know which ones.
Well, he posted a few of them. Not too long ago. He was like every day he was posting a new one that he had done, and I had no clue until then that he had done some Goosebumps stuff. But I love it, and I also have a friend who's a big Goosebumps person, and I'm gonna try to maybe bring something, get them something signed. But yeah, I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be good.
But that's it.
Let's talk about toys.
Yeah.
You want to you want to just jump into pickups, or
hey, real quick? Have you?
No, I gotta go. No. I gotta go.
Actually, you know what? I gotta save that because I have a special guest here that's gonna ask you this. Okay, you're talking about toy pickups. Oh, look who it is. It's Shin Kamen Rider.
I've never seen that man before in my life.
Have you watched my movie, damn it?
I have.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on.
I have not, but I might do it for my birthday. We'll see.
I love it. Yes. We should run out a theater in New York and it should just show Shin Kamen Rider. That's hilarious. But yes, hey, speaking of pickups, I did get this pickup. From Metacom. This was from Shin Kamen Rider. This is Takeshi Hongo, Kamen Rider #1. Love it. It's classic Metacom. They do the best in just like Tokusatsu, Sofubi, especially like your Henshin heroes and stuff. And this guy is just awesome. And there's a scarf and everything. I absolutely love it. And I don't have any Shin Kamen Rider stuff. So this is like my one Shin Kamen Rider.
That's awesome. I love his tie.
The scarf is legit, dude.
Yeah.
But no, I absolutely adore this. His belt and everything. It's
very cool.
It's a good piece.
Good stuff,
I think I picked this one up from, I want to say Toy Art Gallery. I think I did the pre-order. And I know their pre-orders are so far in advance. I get that. But I think I probably bought this when the movie came out. I pre-ordered it, I should say. And I'm glad that it finally came in.
Yeah. Good toy, man.
No, yeah. Well, I'll keep going if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Dude,
I will tell you.
See everything. I know you got stuff.
This is one of my best toy pickup weeks, and dude, it's not necessarily not necessarily on quantity, but some of these I just really love, and I have Jake not one, but two off the top 10 list in this one.
Dude, that's so fun.
But I got some other stuff too. So. Speaking of cool, like indie Sofubi artists, we were mentioning Sagittarius and obviously Mark Nagata and everything. There's another great Kaiju Sofubi guy named I think you say it Zymot. It's Zimot. His Instagram I think is Zymot Co. But he does wonderful stuff and like just amazing stuff. And he just did this kind of, I think it's just technically called like giant insect Sofubi. I mean, there's not like a monster name or anything, and it's great. And he had a couple colorways and a couple, like maybe a handful for each colorway, and all the colorways were great. Like it truly was one of those. I was like didn't know which one to pick, and I even texted my buddy Chaz, who knows this guy and like loves his stuff, and told me about him. He was like, I had to ask him for advice. I couldn't make a decision, but I landed on one. I think he made 2 of these. This colorway I had 2.
Okay.
But I love it because this character looks like it could be something out of Mirror Man. Like it could be a kaiju that Mirror Man fights in one of those episodes. There's just something about it. But this guy is amazing. Look at this. He's going to be coming on the screen right now. This is crazy giant insect Sofubi man guy. He has like jeweled eyes.
Dude, look at the glare off of that thing.
Yeah, he's a rainbow chrome. And it's beautiful and it's great. It has like the detail in it is just wonderful. It's walks a fine line between almost like a Mayan god type creature to like insect, but then also like tokusatsu kaiju. And here's the cool thing. Here's how awesome it is. Oh, besides his autograph there. This is my first time I bought something from him. It won't be my last. Oh, he threw in this mini insect guy. Look at that guy. And these things are like well made. They're heavy. Yeah. They are really, really, really cool.
So cool.
I mean, I got this and I was like, I don't post a ton of my personal collection on like Instagram for Toku Toy Town. Sometimes I'll throw a story or something on there. I got this. I took a picture. I was like, I got to share this. Like, I love that's how much I love this thing in person. It's great. I hope this is the first of an entire line of just kind of crazy kaiju monster things.
It's trying to hypnotize me.
I know, right? Sorry, I'll pull it back. The next thing I got, which was there's no doubt I was going to buy this. And I just haven't. I looked at it and I was like, I don't even have this. And I'm like, I thought I did. It's from our good buddy, Mark Nagata, from his great Toho license over in Japan. Is one day I finally picked up for my own personal collection. And this isn't the one that just came out. This is from the past Wonderfest, the Godzilla Ultima. Look at this guy.
Oh, man.
I love Godzilla Ultima, and I don't have anything because there's not a ton unless
there's not a lot of Sofubi though. Yeah, but as far as like Sofubi goes, I don't think anything really exists other than this.
And it translates so well into this form. It really does. And I can't.
Watch
I think
tonight.
I know. What did you end up watching after our last top scenes episode?
I did put Godzilla on, but I put on Godzilla versus Kong, the American one. I
love that. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, I think Pico did the sculpt on this. I know he's one of the go-tos for Max Toyko. But I mean, this is one of my favorite. Max Toyko had such a just dynamite year last year. Yeah. I mean, they had so much like good stuff come out from their Toho license, but also from their Subaru license. Different colorways, different sculpts and everything. And we'll talk about Max Toyko because, they didn't stop at this Wonderfest. Sure. But one of the ones I think you hear about the Shin, you hear about the King Caesar, you hear about some of these other ones. I feel like you don't hear as much about this guy. And this is a great sculpt. I love this. I love Godzilla Ultima. Keep it up. I'm so happy to have him in my collection. It makes me very, very happy. The next one I got, I don't know which one you got from this of this colorway, but I did get from Mondo. I did get one of my Rodans in. So I ordered 2 because I couldn't decide which one. I'm only going to keep one. I just didn't know which one. So the Cherry Blossom San Diego Comic-Con exclusive came in. And I think, did you pick this one up? Oh, you came in. Okay.
Got it too. Got it today. This is the only one I bought. But got him.
It's great. I love the paint on the Mothra larva, like the subtle, because it's like this like teal metallic, and then you have that little subtle gold down in the middle. Yep. Oh my gosh, it's just a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful piece. They know what they're doing, man. They're doing really good stuff.
Good stuff over there.
And I know that they love them some Cherry Blossom. And so I was deciding which one I'm going to keep. And I liked this one in Cherry Blossom. So this might be my one Cherry Blossom I keep.
What was the other Rodan that you bought?
I ordered this standard, the brown
The
one.
red. Okay, the brown one. Yeah.
Yeah. The brown one.
So this is the only one I got.
Mm.
I don't think this is my favorite colorway that I've seen. I really like that like midnight one that they did.
Yeah.
But this is the only one I bought, so this is what I got, and I'm happy with it, and I love it, and I'm going to keep it because I do have a couple of the other Cherry Blossom Kaiju, but I love the teal on.
Yeah, so good.
The teal's so good. But yeah, this is a cool toy. This is also the only Rodan Sofubi that I own because it's just not one of the characters that I usually see a Sofubi of and say, "Oh, I need to buy that." So this is the only one.
I think me too.
That's crazy. That is
crazy. I love it. So I agree. I think their best of all the colorways of Rodan was the Midnight Blue.
Yeah.
2 reasons I didn't choose that one. One, I missed out on the pre-order. Oops. And then number 2 is I try to mix up the colorways for every character that Mondo does because I'm only keeping one, and I can't get rid of my Biollante Midnight Blue. I love that one so much. Now, if I come across what's the green one that you have called is it Corrosive Sap or whichever the green one is?
There's two different green ones. There's the Corrosive Sap, and then there's another one that is the Corrosive Sap the one that was the Comic-Con exclusive?
They did one, but maybe not.
They did one for Comic-Con. Are you talking about the one that's all green?
Yes.
With the glitter? Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that was Comic-Con exclusive.
Okay.
Because there's also this one. Like there's this one, and then there's one where everything is green.
No, I think that one, the one that you have right there is the one.
This is the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know which one's which. But.
Yeah. If I come across that one, then I might get rid of the Midnight Bloom Biollante and then maybe, pay aftermarket, but that's fine. I missed out. My fault. On the Rodan.
This is the best.
Something Cherry Blossom.
This is the best Kaiju toy Mondo's ever done. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. It's so awesome. I love the Biollante sculpt. I know. We could argue over if it's technically Sofubi or not, but it's for a Kaiju toy. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So picked up the Mondo thing. The next thing I got, dude, I love this guy. This is one of those it's not a signature piece. It's not a piece that I was seeking out or it's never going to be on a top 10 list, but I bought it. I'm like, I love it every time I look at it more. And it was so I've sold and dealt with a lot of toys from Yamomark, and Yamomark is a great manufacturer, great logo. It has a gecko. It's great. Anyway, Yamomark does some really cool stuff, especially with Ultra Q characters. And I love their sculpt of Namagon, and I love Namagon. And so I was like, I'm going to get a Namagon one. And then I saw this collaboration they did with Blopus, which it's an artist I'm not as familiar with, but done some painting of some of these Yamomark toys. And I picked this up, and look at this. Has Namagon ever looked this good? Boing! Look at that. Bright pink eye stalks. We got some pink and some blue. I mean, this thing is.
There's a rainbow going on.
Oh yeah, it is just ridiculous. Look at the back on this. Look at that. If you want a giant monster alien slug from Mars, you want it to look like this. And
I agree.
It's so good. And I love their sculpt is great. So good. But
that's awesome
to get them. So the next thing I got, and this is the last one before the 2 top 10s. This is a Jay copying Jacob moment.
Okay.
Because
I know what this is.
Oh yeah. We've talked about we got to get these. And you got yours. And then I was like, oh, I really got to double down because it just is such a great toy. I really like the colorway you picked is the best. And I like the other colorways, but there's a big gap between this one and maybe my second favorite, which is probably the glow in the dark one. But I went from M1. I did finally pick up the Reptilica.
Yeah.
I love this guy. And
I
always tell people it's a lot bigger in person than you think. For Reptilica. So since you just talked about this a couple weeks ago, I don't have to belabor the point. But
Yeah,
so
it's
great.
awesome.
Everybody, if you love Sofubi and you love kaiju toys and you love kaiju movies, gotta have a Reptilicus Sofubi. I mean, come on now.
Gotta. Yeah.
It's so cool. Okay. So the big two. The first one, we're gonna go way back to the 1970s. We're gonna go to a little company that did lots of really cool tin toys. They did soft vinyl toys, they did die-cast toys, they did a little bit of everything, and that is Masudaya. And we know that they had the Spectre Man license. And a lot of the toys for Spectre Man are from Masudaya, including the crazy hair Dr. Gory, which I did not get. I do not have that one yet.
Oh, okay.
But even, I wouldn't say it's harder to find, but it's tricky and it's not readily available. From outer space, coming, the great Spectre Man in his tin spaceship.
Whoa!
Look at that. I mean, look at this
cow.
toy artwork. Look at this. He's on the back battling Dust Man. Look at that.
Oh
I mean,
God, dude.
everything about this, and yeah, this has a little wear on it. It's seen some, some young Japanese kids playing with it when in the heyday.
That's
totally
how you
great.
want it. That's how you want it.
It is not in. It's not broken. There's nothing. It's just a little discolored and dusty and stuff. And but there's nothing broken about it. Everything's in good shape. There's no chips. The paint is actually in really good order here, and the decals and everything. Like it's really awesome. But I absolutely love this.
That's a beautiful toy, man.
Yeah. Now, Spectre Man to everybody it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. It's not a universally beloved show. It's not a universally known show, even for some of us that are big fans of the genre. But the next thing is, I mean, we think Godzilla is universally loved in our community. No. This is the kaiju that is the most beloved. And if you don't like this kaiju, if you don't worship the ground it walks on and the movies it's in, then you'd have no place in our community. And that is everybody's favorite Gilala. And this is my giant.
Oh my!
This is my giant Gilala. That sounded terrible, but 14 inches tall, giant Marsan Gilala.
What the fuck?
Look at this guy. I mean, it towers over all the 450 Marsans that I have. It's it's the same height as. Remember the really cool secret base Mecha Godzilla that you picked up for me at New York Comic Con? This is the same height.
Holy crap! Big. That's beautiful.
I absolutely. I mean, I got this guy's like I love him. I love him so much.
Yeah.
I just look at that face. Look at that face, and it's hard because I have all like a lot of my 450s, the secret base, this guy that are just they don't fit in detail, so they're just too big, right? Unless you take out a shelf, right? But I have them up top. And the weird on this sculpt compared to their smaller Marsan sculpts, the head like it looks straight up. So when you're looking at him straight on, you just see his like mouth. You don't even see the eyes. So I wish I had a better place because like you gotta hold him, gotta coddle him so you can see the whole Gilala. Yeah. But this is a beautiful piece. It's just great. It's just an awesome piece.
That's such a good toy. Yeah.
Yeah. My Gilala collection is growing faster than I probably
You've been getting a lot of Gilala.
I have another one on the way. I do.
Why do you need more Gilala after you
I don't have a Marmot one. I need a Marmot one. I mean, I have 3 Marasans and I still have the Marmot Takemajin. So yeah, I'm excited. It's one of my this is truly one of both of these really, but the Gilala when I got it, I couldn't stop smiling for like a week. Yeah. I was like, I love this guy. I have this guy. He's amazing. Like, it's my favorite thing.
That's awesome, dude. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, I was really excited. I mean, total random mix from, what I got from Zymot to Giant Gilalas to Mondo to Tin Toys. It's it's super fun. But more importantly, what do you got?
I got a couple things. I don't know if you remember, but in my top 10 list, I kind of did a little thing where I cheated a little bit.
You always cheat.
And I did a couple categories that were, I want more of this character throughout the year. Instead of putting one toy, I just said, I need more this, or I need more this. And I got not one, but 2 things that fit into my top 10 category.
Love that.
this year or this week. But first, I want to show something, Jay. I have to be truthful. I saw Christine was posting about this on her every group that on Facebook, and I was like, well, I need that. So I came to you, and I came to the help of Toku Toy Town to help me find. I don't even, Jay. I still don't even know what this is from Bandai. They do like some prizes or something for like giveaways.
These are like the little the Ichiban Kuji, the lottery prizes and stuff that they'll do.
Yeah,
like, it's like a ticketed system, and you go into these stores and you can get these kind of. I'm not going to say they're like knickknacks, but they're like usually like they're smaller items, but they range up. Because I say this because I'm literally looking at 200 Ichiban Kuji prizes right now in my that I'll have for G Fest. But some of them are like big, like 24 centimeter Godzilla toys. So like it ranges, but they're usually a step up from like the Banpresto amusement crane toys, right? But they're not always as like big as what you
or as cool as this one. This one I thought was just kind of unique, and it kind of blew up on social media. But it's this ceramic Godzilla spine, and first of all, I love anytime somebody sells Godzilla spines. Like just having a Godzilla, I think that's very cool. I love that. But they came out with this ceramic Godzilla spine, and technically it is like a plate or like a bowl or something. And it's got the little plastic thing, so you can just display it like this if you want. But I think I might take this. I'm going to take it up to it. I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow night, and I'm going to be in Atlanta over the weekend. And everywhere we go eat, I'm going to bring this and ask them to put my food in here. I want to eat. My birthday's on Friday, and I want to eat out of this thing for my birthday. So, but yeah, this really cool. Jay, thanks for picking one of these up for me. It's awesome. But that's my first pickup.
I thought that when it's like a dorsal plate, that's a plate. I was like, whoa, that's
dorsal plate. Yeah.
No, it is. You're right. People are like, they've been digging it. I'll have a few at G Fest. I'm probably not going to put them on the site just because.
Yeah.
I got so much stuff.
Those are going to sell immediately.
Yeah. I don't have a ton of those. Some of the other prizes were a little bit more prominent, but it's really cool. And it's a lot like heavier and weighty than like you would think it would be. It's nice.
Cool. So second thing I got actually was a gift. It was a gift from Jess, and it was went up for a lottery, and I entered the lottery, and I asked her to do the same. I was like, "Hey, enter the lottery for this."
I love that.
I did not win. She did, so she bought it and sent it to me from Small Monster Toys.
Okay. Oh yes, I love this guy.
This weird. Their version of Busca eating the rice, weird derpy face. They just straight up went with the dicks on the head for this one. And also
let's
he's got some balls there. I love it. I just I love these weird interpretations of
and that's one of them
of beloved kaiju, and I needed this guy. He's great, and now he's mine. He's gonna go on my weird / cute shelf of stuff.
He'll be the only one on the cute shelf that has his testicles showing. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
For now, I'll get more. I'm gonna get a whole shelf of kaiju with penises. But yeah, this is a cool toy. I love this like.
Yeah, weird. Genitalia aside, it's actually a really fun and cool sculpt. Like that. Okay, if you remove like I said, the phallic elements of it, like you could see that like on a show. Like
this is like a preschool. This is like preschool toy.
Yeah. I mean,
this is
amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Busca, real quick, not to go to Busca too.
Yeah, go for it.
So, why hasn't Kaiju Busca, his origin show, right? Why hasn't it ever been released with like officially like with English subtitles and stuff? Because even the stuff you can get online, like it's good quality. It's in Japanese but no subtitles. I just feel like Busca, especially with the toy the toys driving it. Like, why hasn't Subaraya prioritized that over some of the other stuff to like get a subtitle? Everybody's going to buy like a Busca Blu-ray with like good quality with English subtitles, because Busca's one of those things that's like, yeah, he had later crossover with like Ultraman, kind of in the Ultraman verse, but like Kaiju Busca is its own thing. It's a kid's show, but it's like it's in black and white. Like, why?
You should ask your Subaraya contact.
We went down that route.
Hey, dude, what's up with Busca? You have already had this conversation with him?
It's part of the whatchamacallit, the Mill Creek. Yeah.
Well, that will go away at some point.
At some point. I would, hey, dude, that would be awesome. I would be like, I will definitely pay for that to get subtitled and merchandised out. Oh my god!
Hey, next year's Kaiju Go, all Busca.
All Busca. Busca Fest.
Oops, all Busca is what it's called.
Lollapalooza. Yeah, it's and hey, we'll bring. Hey, I already have the whole marketing.
Funny.
I have the whole marketing plan. Like, we'll release the Blu-ray. If you back it or an early pre-order, you get a Mark Nagata or Max Toy Busca, because he does great Buscas.
Yeah,
like you get a custom. I mean, it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. I'll come in a Busca costume. We'll have like Buscas running around.
Yeah,
book it.
Sounds good.
Book it. Yeah.
Kaiju
Goes featuring Busca.
These are here's my two things I had on my list this year. So one of my I don't remember what number it was, but one of the things I said I wanted is more Kappa figures. And this is already not my first Kappa of the year. I did get that. Remember, I got that Mark and Max Nagata Kappa. Now it's not a Death Kappa, which is my ultimate. My ultimate goal is a Death Kappa. But what I did get from who is this from? Secret Handshake Toys.
Oh yes.
Been wanting one of these for a bit. Here we go.
There he is. Oh,
look at this guy. Kappa riding a pickle.
Is it David Kaufman?
Is he that's the name. David Kaufman.
Secret Handshake.
Secret Handshake. Love this. Have been wanting, like, since the moment I saw this guy, and I found him for a good price. Somebody was selling him secondhand, but like really good price on it. Picked it up. Had to get it. Love this thing.
And just like Reptilicus, you got the best colorway.
I did.
Like that, I think that's and he has a lot of good ones, but that's
a lot of great ones. But this one is good enough that I'm good with this. I don't need to buy more of them. I just want the one. This is all I need for now. Love that he's in a pickle. Yeah, this is great. That's off my list there.
Kappas love their cucumbers, dude.
They do.
I'm gonna have to go watch Death Kappa tonight then.
Yeah. Do it. Then you might want to sell your Death Kappa to me.
No. I love it. That Cicaluna, that Death Kappa toy, regardless what you think of the movie, it's really cool. And I like how they make it look like dirty and like it came out of the swamp. Like, I don't know how Cicaluna did it, but they did a good job.
One more pickup, and this is also in the category of I said, hey, I just want more of these this year. And not the first one I've bought this year.
No, last time I know you got one. Last 2 weeks ago.
We both had one of these last episode. This one again, Jay, thank you for the help. Tokyo Toy Town. Guys, if you're looking for Jay, you don't know how many I got tattooed over the weekend. And I was getting tattooed by an artist that I had never met in person before. We'd just been like internet friends. And, she was like, how do you buy all those Godzilla toys? And her boyfriend's a big Godzilla dude and has like Godzilla tattoos and stuff. And he was like, hey, I've never really like gone down the road of, Sofubi, but I want to. And I just don't. He's like, we were at a convention and it was also expensive.
Yeah.
And I said, I got two things for you that are going to be your best friend. And I said, Affirm payment plans. And number 2 is Toku Toy Town. That's what I told him. I was like, you need to find some websites where they sell the imports, but they're already over here. I was like, it will make things easier. Go to Toku Toy Town, put it on Affirm, get the payment plan. That's how you do it. Anyway, Jay, help me out with this one.
By the way, was Was this the Cujo tattoo?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it looked great. I
Yeah,
saw the
thank
images.
you.
Yeah.
I did. I got a big Cujo tattoo. Not a kaiju, a Cujo.
Cujo.
But,
Yeah, he knows how to say kaiju. He's not mispronouncing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so last pickup. Jay, this is one of my favorite toys I own.
Yes, it's awesome.
What's crazy is like they make so many of this character. There's so many out there. There's so many beautiful figures. I came across this one accidentally just looking for stuff. Didn't know that this particular one existed. It wasn't even like particularly hard for us to find. He wasn't very expensive, but a 1978 vintage Popey Garamon.
Look at that guy.
Look at this fucking toy. This is the best. Bury me with this. This is the best toy I own. Like,
it's cool, man. It is really cool.
The sculpt on him, it is just so perfectly grumpy, and like this captures Garamon in a way no other toys do.
Yeah,
I love this so much. This is my I can chill out on Garamon after this. I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to. Well, so we found out this came in 2 colorways. There's this one, and then there's like a lime green.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have to get the lime. Now that I have this one, I'm gonna have to get the
buddy.
lime.
He needs a buddy.
Too. Yeah. But this is awesome. This is my favorite. I just love this.
You know what I like about this? So when this came through, like I for a millisecond, I was like, do I tell Jacob that it came broken and I just keep it? But no, I'm teasing. But it's hard to explain to some people that when people like that vintage aesthetic, where it's like it's imperfect, but that's what makes it awesome and beautiful. And it is sloppy, and it like the paint application is, it's not technical, right? And the colorway is just not one that you're gonna find and be like, oh, I want everything to look at this color. And the paint on the face, it's a little bit out of the lines and everything. But yet it's perfect.
It is.
And I think this is one that this is a good one to show. It's like, do you see how like it's beyond just charming? It is really awesome and cool and crude in the best way possible. And it just, when you look at that, you're like, that is a 1970s toy that was played with by kids. And it's so cool. And I don't know if Garamon's ever been done better, to your point.
Yeah. It's such a good I wish it was twice the size. I wish they had
a giant one. Yeah.
A giant one of this sculpt, but man, it's just beautiful. I love this so much. Right to the top of my top 10 list.
That's good. I mean, he can come hang out with Gilala over here.
I'm gonna put him over here with his best friend Buska.
Oh man, Buska and Pigmon. I mean, they are kind of the best like representations of Tokusatsu kaiju, right?
Yep. Jay, that's it. That's all I got. That's pickups, dude. We did 40 minutes of pickups, so I guess we got a lot talking about only toys tonight. It's an all toy show. Dude, hit me with some reveals, because I saw some reveals, and but I also whenever the conventions happen, I tend to like now that we have a show, I tend to not go hunting for all the things. If I see it, it's fine. But I know I like to be surprised with stuff when we do this.
There's some good stuff.
I know some stuff, but I'm excited to see what you got.
Yeah, I would say that I know the last Superfest that we talked about, I don't want to say it was disappointing, but it just I felt like there wasn't a lot of new stuff. I think this Wonderfest was really good. I think there was a lot of really cool stuff either revealed or like, hey, this is on sale or was an exclusive or whatever. And I know we're not the only ones that talk about this, but so I try to kind of pick and choose some ones that I think would be kind of fun to see and talk about. Yeah. There's so much. I mean, Wonderfest is a giant convention. If you've seen the images of the crowds trying to get in, you know how crazy it is. There's some, oh my gosh. Yeah. And there's some really cool stuff. But before we get into the Wonderfest stuff, there's a couple other, toys that were released that came out recently that were not part of Wonderfest. And I wanted to highlight a few of those because I think there's some really cool ones there too. So I've like 2 slides on those, and then we'll go into Wonderfest. And I'll tell you, I think one company clearly won Wonderfest.
Okay.
And I'll see if you agree with me based on what I showcase, because I think one company that's been around, it's been kind of on the fringe. We've talked about it on here before, but I don't think we've ever said like this won a big event, big toy show, big convention. So, but anyway, let's show some of these fun toys. But first, we got to go to our good buddies over at Marsan. The Marsan Festival in Shibuya, the Shibuya Hand Store, the Tokyo Shibuya Hand Store has all these like Marsan exclusive events and just stuff that they just get at that store. So they did some cool stuff, and they're really going like full bore on the Godzilla 1999, the Mirai Goji, and they're doing a lot of cool colorways. So they had to give it the Yozakura, the night cherry blossom, or the cherry blossoms at night variant, the glow in the dark, the pink and the green. And so these were given as a lucky bag. So the lucky bag variant was you're either going to get one with red eyes or one with yellow eyes. So it wasn't a big variation, but you're going to get a night cherry blossom Mirai Goji in there. So those were those two, and those were the 350 series. But also on the 350 series, the reason I included this is because they gave me another 1989, another 89, and this is pink and a teal, a blue, like colors that I mean, look at this. I mean, it's matching me right now.
It looks like old chewed up bubble gum.
100%. Yeah. So the reason I bring this up is I've already purchased 2 or 3 more 89s, but like through the Godzilla store or whatever it might be.
Sure.
I don't know when those are going to show up.
Yeah.
This one, it could be number 89. This one could be number 89. It's purchased. It's bought. It's just a matter of when it's shipped.
It depends who gets here first.
This could be 89th, 89. So who knows?
Boy.
Also, I would love to see like what I think they need to do more of is, we love the little Maragachas. They're small, they're fun, they're cute. They released the Mirai Goji Maragacha in the same colorway as the big guys. I love that. I think they should do that more often.
Yeah, I agree.
And they did another 74 450, that kind of green and yellow and black. Not quite marbling, but it's kind of like almost like a double cast. Yeah, and they did that in the 89 as well, but they did this for the 74, and this is the 450. So some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
No new sculpts, but just different colorways. And then aside from those guys, they weren't the only ones. There's a ton of stuff being released outside of Wonderfest, including Fantasy Toys. Did you see the pink Godzilla? It's freaking awesome.
I saw it.
So awesome.
Great.
Yeah. Now it's about a $100 toy in Japan, roughly. I think Big Bad Toy Store, I know they have them on there for pre-order.
Do they?
They
Big Bad Toy Store?
But it's like $175. So there is a markup. But if you want to get it without having to deal with proxy services and all that stuff, that is an option. So to get the pink guy, and these guys are like 6.5, 7 inches tall. So they're pretty big. The next, I think it's awesome. I think it's the one fantasy toy that I've been like, I gotta get that. It's really good. The other two I got are from the Graveyard Gallery in Japan, or the Hakaba Gallery, and these are Bullmark. I love everything that the Hakaba Gallery does is exclusive, whether it's Max Toy or Planet X Asia or Bullmark. They do really cool colorways and really cool exclusives. It's just great. And these the pre-order time is over, but you'll be able to easily get them on the secondhand market. And that's this really cool, like gold, like phosphorescent gold Ella King, which I think is just stunning. And then this really cool red Panda. We don't see a lot of his Sofubi out there outside of like the Bandais and stuff. And I mean, he is the final Ultra 7 in the series. He's the final Ultra 7 Kaiju. Like I just wish there was more of it. And I think this is a great, beautiful sculpt and a really, really, really cool colorway. So those are two that I wanted to throw in there. I thought they were notable. And the last one, I don't know if you saw this. This is like a day or so ago that Spiral put some of their Shin Godzilla Sofubi kits on the Godzilla store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on the Godzilla store. The red one, the all red blank one, sold out. But the clear one is still there. So these are the ones that you would assemble. You just hair dryer, pop the arms and legs and tail on. But they're all blanks. So the customizers can go crazy.
Yeah.
And they can get it at a pretty good rate. Yeah. It's like $180, cool. $175, something like that. So I was shocked that Spiral got some stuff on the Godzilla store and it was this. And so it's great. It's really cool. So those were kind of some of the other notable toy releases.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So like I said, it wasn't just Wonderfest, but it was mostly Wonderfest.
But let's talk about Wonderfest.
There's some really cool stuff. Now I'm gonna try to ease you into this. I'm not gonna start with like, Sunguts or X Plus or something that we know had just tons of stuff. I'll ease you in. There's a lot of good stuff. Sure. It was hard to kind of pick and choose, but I did my best. So let's start with our buddy Ben Faruya. He's going to have, this is Shin Ben, which I love. Shin Ben Promotions. I think they're working with Mogra House doing some of their stuff, but they're also working with M1. So they took Ragon, which Ben Faruya played in Ultra Q, which is so crazy. He actually played it. So he's re-releasing the M1 sculpt under the Shinbin Promotions in this new marble series. So it's this green and yellow marbling. Obviously likes to tie in with the Ultra Q and Ultraman opening. And he was there to like sign autographs when they were releasing this at the show. I hope he continues to do other Ultra Kaiju that he has a connection with and release them under this name and re-release some of these M1 sculpts and stuff. I think this is really cool. I'm curious to where it goes, but look at them branching out.
Yeah, very cool.
I know this sculpt very well. I have a blank red one. It's a great sculpt. I mean, M1 never does bad sculpts. The marbling looks cool on here. I don't know. I thought this was a really neat and kind of fun and kind of something we weren't expecting, right?
Yeah.
But really cool.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Okay. So from that, we go Ragon to how about let's talk Ultraman. So Dream Rocket is amazing. They Dream Rocket was, I think they were at G Fest last year. They were supposed to be, and they no-showed, but they do some really cool stuff. I love this guy because you look at it, you think it's this like little chibi looking guy, but no, it's like 7 inches tall. And it's this kind of, I don't know, like pudgy, cute,
Ultraman. Weird little squatty.
Yeah. This is really cool. So I know the aftermarket and shipping and stuff, it'll probably be over $100, but like $60-$70 for this. Sign me up all day.
Yep.
It looks so good. Good.
I would buy this for sure.
100%. And we don't talk a lot about Dream Rocket on here, and they do some really cool stuff. All right.
Good job.
Okay. Guys. Yeah, really cool stuff. Okay. Now we go to M1. We talked about M1. These are things that we, I don't know. I think these are awesome. I love Ultra 7. It's my favorite of the Ultra series. Well, that has it's tough because Ultra Q is such a unique thing, but of the ones that have a Henshin hero in it, Ultra 7 is my favorite. I love Alien Cheeble. I think it's one of the best episodes. It's so good. And same with Alien Guts. It's also a great episode, two-parter there. And these things are the coolest colorways. This purple wild. And greens.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously look nothing like the characters on screen. I think these are awesome. And M1 just continues to just rock and roll. Now you can go out there and if you search for these, there's some really cool drawings, details about these specific toys and the colorways and stuff like that. It's really cool, like the drawings of the sculpt and everything that show like this is going to be purple, this is going to be green. It's really neat. It's really neat to kind of see the behind the scenes. But Cheeble and Guts here, just rocking and rolling.
These are crazy looking to me.
Yeah,
these are. This is a show I haven't really seen. So these, like, I've never been on drugs in my life, but this feels like I'm on drugs looking at these two things. Yeah,
and it's funny. I mean, I think Alien Cheeble is a great episode. That episode was when they're brainwashing kids to with toy guns, but they're gonna get them to have real guns to start killing adults. And all masterminded by Alien Cheeble. Okay. Alien Guts is a big one. I mean, Alien Guts is one of the few kaiju that have never been defeated by Ultra 7. But those characters and like they're kind of like shaking and stuff,
staring right at me.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, those are good episodes to watch. The other things they released were, we're very familiar with the M1 sculpt for Jaguar, but they released from the Godzilla Island series, which is getting a second life because Toho's releasing them on YouTube and stuff. The ones with the toys, but that's where the fire and the medical jet Jaguar came from, and here you go. Now M1's doing these as well and releasing them as part of Wonderfest. So really cool stuff from M1. You know, they're not. Hey, Nishimura-san's not going anywhere, guys.
No, dude.
He might not can do any more Nakajimas, but he's going to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, so M1. Now let's talk a little CCP. Now I'm not going to talk about everything. I want to talk about two. I have a little group shot here. Look, they got some really cool Hedoras. They always do. They got some really cool Godzillas and Space Godzillas. They always do. But the first one, that Space Godzilla, this like they have one that's more kind of the classic, the dark purple with kind of the pinkier purple in the middle. Like it looks like, you know, like the standard Mondo or whatever style. They have one of those in their middle size, but it's this light purple metallic one that I have kind of blown up here. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's like purple on purple. It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. It looks like it's made of metal almost. It's so shiny. Yeah, it looks very.
And they do like
metallic.
a whole like metallic series, and they do some really cool stuff. Yeah. I ordered my first CCP middle size 5-inch Space Godzilla. It hasn't arrived yet, but I did it was like a pink and like either a teal or a blue, like, but it was all transparent, like translucent. I haven't received it yet, but I love their sculpt. I love what they do there. And I thought this kind of purple on purple metallic was just so unique.
They're also like a crazy good price.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can even get them here in the US for $40 bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like
it's crazy good price.
It is
dude. The first time I sent you some stuff because I found a website that had a bunch of the CCP stuff on it. And the prices were so cheap that I was like, what am I not reading? Like what it says, you know, are these an inch tall? What am I seeing? What am I not seeing? You know,
are they finger puppets? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what am I missing? But
they're good. They're great. I mean, CCP's Gigan sculpt is really good. You know, I've bought the big Heteras from them before, you know, they're really cool. But the Space Gods I'm really looking for. I think I got mine from Bubble Wrap Toys, which is a great place. They have a few. Yep. But the one I thought was really cool was this Year of the Dragon variant that they did of this Godzilla that has these, you know, it's kind of like a Mirai Goje, but like it also is more dragony looking. I just think it's really
spines,
I think it's really fun and cool, and they're just tying in Year of the Dragon. So I thought those were the two standouts from CCP. At Wonderfest.
Yeah, really cool
stuff. Okay, moving on from CCP.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, it's
I need all three of those.
I know, right? I know. So these are all building box series. These are all the smaller ones, and most of them are just new colorways. But and some of them are re-releases, like the Geronimon. But from the Alien Zarab, which is a little bit bigger, to the Wu, to the Alien Dali, to the King Joe, they're all wonderful. But the Buskas and the Garamon front and center are just like, you know,
they're beautiful.
I say that the Geronimon would be in the front for me, but that one's been released before, and I love it. But these guys, I mean, the Buskas with that Geronimon, the pinks and the glow in the dark like green, like oh my gosh, freaking awesome!
They're beautiful. Like this is art. This is a work of art. All of these, but the two Buska, the poses that they're in, I need those.
No testicles on this.
No testicles. That's okay.
At least I don't think. And honestly, like US Toys didn't do a lot of new stuff. Otherwise, they probably would have been higher on the list. But what they don't need to necessarily to do new sculpts because they just somehow like, oh my gosh, like I needed that colorway, duh. But really cool stuff from US Toys. We're always gonna love some US Toys.
Yep,
they just do great stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into some heavy hitters. I think PassionTank was like, hey guys, we're gonna do some stuff this time. They came with like some big ammo. Now, I would say PassionTank, even though they've done Ultraman sculpt since 2019, I think we still mostly know them for their Godzilla stuff. You know, obviously their 64 sculpt is just it's amazing. Their shins are really great.
Yeah, but I really want these.
Yeah, but they're really trying to like double down on a little more of like the Subaraya side of things. So they've started. We talked about this when this was originally announced, but they have released the Ultraman Belial. So when Belial was before he turned evil, and these are like the more kind of Metacom style retro Sofubi series. Like it's, a 7-8 inch tall like Sofubi piece. Whereas their other Ultramans, and these will be the Shin Ultramans, are a little bit smaller. They're like 6.5, 7 inches tall.
Okay.
But they did a Shin, and they did, which I love, the energy consumption or the energy time version, the green, which I think was really cool.
I love the green.
Yeah. So they released the Shin Ultraman, and they have, like I said, they have a handful of of the regular Ultraman 66 that are great. So they just are expanding that repertoire on that roster for them. On the Godzilla front, they did re-release 2 of their Shins that they were really popular. So that's the ones you'll see at the bottom. Those are re-releases. But they did come with some new stuff. And the 64, man, they are doubling down on it because the sculpt is so good. You have the more like traditional look. Like, they have the one that's kind of like the suit color, that grayish black. It looks amazing. I think for those people that like Sofubi, but also like suit accurate, like it's a great transition piece. But then they decided, we're going to do translucent blue because why the hell not? Yeah, and so they did release, they did an awesome translucent blue. I can't wait to see some people customize that one. I think that'll be really cool, both with paint and like its innards, like get some cellophane in there, give it the Aurora effect. And then they did a Shin Godzilla assembly kit that was red translucent. So PassionTank came with a lot of really good stuff. They did not come empty-handed and gave us some new colorways on sculpts that we love. And then, of course, gave us the Shin Ultramans.
I love the Shin Godzilla re-releases. Those are on my list. I've always loved the PassionTank Shin. Anytime I see the green Ultraman, it's such a good pairing. That design with that color. So
yeah. So it's funny we mentioned the Shin. So on the drive up to G-Fest last year, Ryan Wilhelm and I had a long conversation, longer than it needed to be.
You should have recorded it.
I know, we should have been thrown in a psychiatric ward or recorded it, one of the two. Because he brought a very valid question, a tough one that's not easy to answer. He's like, which one do you like better? The PassionTank Shin, and mostly referred to like the fourth form, or the Shin from Saru Jirushi. And the best way that I could describe it is this. I'm like, look, like, if you like Sofubi and you like suit accurate stuff, like, okay, these are the two ends of the spectrum. If you lean a little bit more Sofubi, that's more your aesthetic. I do think the Saru Jirushi looks a little bit more Sofubi-y, right? It's a little softer. It's a little bit more rounded edges. It's a little bit more in that vein. The PassionTank, though, not far to the other side, but still, I think the PassionTank is a little bit more towards the accuracy. I'm not saying it's an X+. It's definitely soft final.
Sure.
But like, I feel like it's a little bit more towards that way. And that's like the best delineation point. So like for me, like I love the Saru Jirushi because I like Sofubi a little bit more than I do X+, but they're both great sculpts. You can't go wrong with either one.
The PassionTank one, I think, is like the proportions are very Sofubi-ish. Like the head is way too big. The legs are too small for Shin.
Yes.
But it has details that make it look realistic. The detail in it make it look like a real fucking thing. So
100%.
I love it.
It's a great blend. I mean, both of them succeed in the blend.
Great.
But I think, one's like, 1% more, towards that. We mix a little bit more of this color into the paint gets here. It's a little slightly different, but both are great. You can't go wrong. So PassionTank, hey man, we're talking middle of the pack because there's some other stuff that just like did some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We got our boys here. We got Sunguts. We love Sunguts.
They did talk about a perfect Shin Godzilla sculpt.
Yeah.
Sunguts.
Their stuff is great. And we got a new one too. So I love to see Baragon back in.
Look at him
back in the rotation. Because of the repaints.
Mm-hmm.
The Minya and Mothra, every colorway they get is amazing. I love their Rodan sculpt. I love their 68. I love everything. I mean, their 62 is wonderful. It's a different color green, but we got to talk. Look who's back, or look who's in there now. Anguirus. Their Anguirus is awesome, and to my knowledge, it's the debut of Anguirus and Sunguts. Like, I don't think there is. This is the first.
Shit. This is
I think I'd never seen one, but I was like, you know what? There obviously Sunguts does so many events. There might have been some one-offs here and there.
Possible,
I haven't found any. There might be 100, but to me, like in my head canon, it's the first one, and it's gorgeous and it's so cool. But also the Redman Garamon, which we love that sculpt. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell in here on a small slide, but that colorway, that the patina is almost like a rusted bronze. It has that like blue, those teals and stuff. It's really cool. But I do think Fancy Dress Coronia might be the winner of this one. Look at him in that.
Love
suit.
that.
Look at that. He looks so good. I mean, when I like my plant monsters sharp dressed.
Well, I'll tell you the Godzilla, the Kong Godzilla here,
62.
It reminds me now when I was a kid, I had like a bootleg Godzilla toy, and I have photos of me with
the no spines one, and
it's the one. Well, it's one where you squeeze it and his arms clasp onto something. It was like, you remember that was like a big thing with cheap toys where you squeeze it and their arms do this. I had a Godzilla like that, and I've thought about trying to find it and like rebuy one, but this reminds me of that because his arms are like this. It's the same color, it like looks. I love it. I might need it.
Yeah, you can get it.
I might need it.
But yeah, but Sunguts, I mean, between like I said, between the Coronia dressed so well, between Angerus coming out, between Baragon back in the rotation, and of course more just awesome colorways from the Shin to the Rodan to Minya and Mothra Larva. Sunguts never does anything bad.
Yeah, right, dude. They're a perfect company.
But then we got Neo Player One. Cool. Man. Yeah, I mean, 3 things that are actually 2 for sure I'll never have,
It's like I love seeing toys I can never get.
I know, right? The Bolton's great. It's their 3rd colorway of Bolton, I believe. It's a great toy. Bolton, the blue one is so good. The gray one is excellent. And now this pink one is amazing. Like, they're just wonderful. Yeah. The glow in the dark 64, the all white one, like, it's not my favorite of the 64s. I still like the blue than the pink, but like it exists. Yeah. And of course, the 95s, this one with the translucent orange flames. I just saw people that were there holding it and buying. I'm like, I hate you so much. But it's awesome. Yep. Yeah. So Neo Player One did great. I'm never going to put them number 1 because I can't get the stuff.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful to look at. These
beautiful stuff.
True pieces of art. Okay. So let's talk X Plus.
I know good stuff.
I know we aren't like actively collecting a ton of X Plus, though we have some and all that good stuff. But they had a really successful Wonderfest. No matter how you slice and dice it, they just dominated. And -1, I think, is a lot to do that because they're the ones that were really pushing a lot of the -1 stuff. So you had the 230 centimeters, the one that's the Shonen Rick with the light up spines, the general edition, and then they also did a gigantic Defo reel. So of the -1. So I mean, I'm sorry, that is that's not the gigantic. That is the regular one. They did the 54 is the gigantic. So that's a typo. That's the Defo reel, which you'll see on the next slide. But the -1, it just I don't know, man. It's just so hot right now, and and these X Pluses are great.
Do you think you might pick up one of these?
I might. I think this is one that, like, it's the movie. It's almost like I don't want a Sofubi of that one. I mean, I will and I do, but like, it's almost like that movie connects more with like the Suit Accurate, the X Plus one. So I do. I think that's one I'll probably end up getting one to have, just kind of like I had with the Godzilla Ultima. I didn't know what else I was going to get from a Sofubi standpoint, so I had to pick that one up.
Yeah, I think I'll be picking one of these up as well. I just feel like my X Plus collection is just becoming like the Godzilla suits that I really love. And why would you not? This is such a good. It's just
it
such
looked
a good
really
looking
good.
suit. Yeah,
it looked really good, and I think X Plus knocked it out of the park on this one. I think this is one, depending on when it comes out this year. I think it's one that we'll probably be talking about for the Gestures 2025
for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so more from X Plus. Oh, and I guess I took the train biter off of here. I'm sorry, I didn't even know that. So I think some of their other stuff that they debuted, they released, they talked about, it's also pretty darn good. So number one, it's the 84 Cybot, and I love it because you get the fucking giant sea louse with it.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
It was so cool. And the Cybot's this is a big, I mean, it's like 34 centimeters, so it's one of the bigger 30 centimeters line ones. I thought they did a wonderful job. Favorite sculptors line with the Baragon from Frankenstein Conquers the World. He looks great. The Space Godzilla is getting another release as under the favorite products line. You know, the sculpt looked wonderful, but all the talk, just like it was when the Bandai Movie Monster series released it, frickin' Boggin.
I feel like you're seeing a lot of Boggin lately.
Oh, and are they telling us something? Are they
What's
hyping
happening?
something that we should be getting ready for? You know, yeah, but he's getting his X Plus.
Good for him, dude.
It's gonna sell. I mean, it's gonna be a hot ticket.
It's not for me, but it's great.
Agreed. I'm with you. So we'll see. But yeah, X Plus just totally did great. And they also had a gigantic D4 one that they threw in.
By the way, I just want to say the Cybot, I love that. And you know, maybe for anybody who's listening or watching, who's maybe from the YHS side and doesn't really know what that means, it's basically like it is a figure of the animatronic from Godzilla 1984. So that's why it looks a little weird. It's a little skinny looking, but it's basically spot on for the animatronic and not the suit from 1984, which a lot of people really love. It's great. It was a huge animatronic that they used for that movie. So I think I would like to pick that one up as well.
It is so cool. It is very, very, very cool. I got to get a fucking Cybot from Onraku and Saku first. I haven't got my purple one yet. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the guys, and I'm just going to throw all the logos on here. It's going to be a little bit of logo porn here because they work with so many people and there's so many lines and stuff, and I get them confused. So Spiral Studio, they work with TYG Toys, and we know that between them they do like Vinyl Monsters Archive. We also know Spiral Toy has the Artisan Dynasty, which they worked with the guys from Marmot on. But in conjunction with Wonderfest, they worked with Tanaka Studio to get out a Vinyl Monsters toy. These two down at the bottom here, which was also still a partnership with TYG Toy. I'm already confused, right? I know that they all touch Spiral Studios in some way. And also they have some really cool other partnerships with other artists. So I'm going to do my best. Some of this could be wrong, but we'll roll with it. From the Spiral Studio, the kind of more suit accurate X Plusies type line, the Legacy series, they're releasing this beautiful 91.
That's what I was just looking at.
Absolutely gorgeous. That's the larger picture there. And then they have the GMK. It's right above me. I have it on here, but they're going to release it now with kind of the blue light up spine. So you can kind of see him on the table over there. Really cool. These are big pieces. I can speak to the quality. They're really good.
Okay, so this 91 Godzilla is in the same line as the GMK that you have.
Yeah,
what's the size on that, or
about like a gigantic?
Oh my god!
Yeah. I would say
I want that.
I don't know 91. This one in particular, but I would say the size of a gigantic, but even like maybe even a little bit bigger and beefier and bulkier. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful.
That 91 is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really, really, really good.
Jesus.
And then go in that bottom corner. Like I said, they partnered with Tanaka Studio to get the Topaz 91 and the GMK turquoise blanks out as part of Wonderfest. Those are really cool, neat. Love it. I'm excited for more of their painted stuff, but like the Vinyl Monsters Archive, they're still doing lots of cool stuff. But what really made me go, oh, yes, bring this on, is some of the other stuff that they showcased there that has not been released. Now, up top, you see those two Mecha Godzillas. Yeah. The one painted is just gorgeous. That's going to come out as part of the Vinyl Monsters Archive. It's going to be a toy of the year across the board. Whenever it comes out, it's gorgeous. The Godzilla, I think it's a Godzilla 55. It's a partnership with Nicholas Lestang, who does all the really cool like toys and stuff. very hard to get. So that's the one in the bottom picture, the one standing kind of upright to the right. That's the 55.
That's a cool toy. That's a
and
very
whenever
cool
that
toy.
comes out, that's going to be, I don't know. I mean, that thing could be $1,000. I have no idea,
Yeah.
but that's going to be a hot ticket, and it's gorgeous. It looks so cool. So regardless if it's Spiral Toy or Vinyl Monsters Archive, or it's a Spiral and TYG, or Spiral and Tanaka, or Spiral and Nicholas Lestang,
Yeah,
I don't know. They're all freaking good.
Yeah,
they're all freaking good. So good stuff there. But they aren't my winners. All this stuff, that 91, with the stuff coming down the pipeline, the Mechagodzilla, the 55,
dude.
still not my winners.
Okay.
We got Max Toy, also still not my winner. But a lot of these are just new updated colors. They all look wonderful. We've talked about these sculpts from the 64, the 62, all that stuff. Wonderful. But the two shining stars, first, that Mechagodzilla. And they also, because you now have the 74 Godzilla, and you have the 73, 74 Godzilla, and you have King Caesar, two new colorways there too, to pair with Mechagodzilla. The Max Toy Mechagodzilla is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, just phenomenal. Like, it's gonna be, I'm gonna own it. It's amazing. It's great. But my personal favorite, because Mark doesn't do a ton of these sculpts out there, and that's is Gengo. And this colorway, with this clear, with this teal and blue and pink and everything, I fell in love with that. That's a freaking amazing colorway. I thought the Gengo and the Mechagodzilla were just two of the A-teamers from the Wonderfest releases. I think they were so good. And then all his other stuff is just like awesome, great variants.
Yeah, it's all stuff. Yeah, it's all great stuff. I really love the 64. The color on the 65 is really great.
Yeah, I mean, they're all great. The Gengo is awesome, and the Mechagodzilla, I think, is just going to be one people are going to be gunning for. Okay, so let's talk about my winners.
Okay,
Wonderfest was won by One Up, man. It is. They have so much stuff, and oh, this is not it, man. This is not it. So let's talk about this for a second. The Shin, the Godzilla with the train, the 64, the little animated Hedorah eating the smokestack, the little Godzilla Jr. and Destroya aggregate, the King Ghidorah. We've seen these. They've been released in various colorways. That's not to take anything away from these colorways. I think they were awesome, and especially the King Ghidorah, like, is gorgeous. Like, these are beautiful. If that was all they came with, they would be in the top tier. They did really good stuff. The posable crazy Hedorah, and I don't know if you've seen this guy.
I've seen the pictures.
So many of the pictures. Yeah. In that kind of old school bull mark, the Tokyo style coloring. Holy buckets. Like just great. And he's huge. He's gigantic. So if that's all they did, I might declare them the winner. But they gave us three things. I guess technically more than three, but I'll group them in three clusters here that are epic, that are like first ballot Hall of Famers. Okay, let's talk about this. So first, they did this partnership, and they do One Up does a lot of great collaborations. They do with Max Toy, they do with a lot of companies, and Kaiju is one of them. And this is that Mechagodzilla. It's that kind of chibi style, like, I don't even know, like Fantasy Toys style, like proportions, and the metallic kind of cool colorway. This Mechagodzilla is absolutely stunning. It is divine. It is so good. So I'm really excited about that. I think that's one that's amazing. Then you had the little, it's funny, we were talking about this in our top scenes of Godzilla. I had in there the Rodan and Godzilla getting sucked up by the spaceships. And now you can get it in small toy form.
Love those a lot.
So cool.
Those are so cool. Yeah.
But we've been talking about this since the first time we met. Favorite kaiju? Oh, besides Godzilla. You said, Biollante, Megalon. I'm like, Skeleturtle. Skeleturtle, Mystery Bones of Infant Island. I don't care what you call it. It's been my favorite kaiju since I was a boy. I mean, how he doesn't have his own series, I don't know. But now I get a toy from a great manufacturer like One Up. And he comes with this really cool Mothra larva egg. I think it actually comes with two.
I think there's two in there, yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted a picture where you can see Skeleturtle. You can see him. He's there. I think we've hit critical mass in the toy world now. I think we've done it. I think everything after this is just insignificant. The Earth has been around a long time, and we can honestly say that we have lived during a time when we got this Skeleturtle toy, and that makes me happy.
We finally did it, Jay. These are all amazing, and it makes me so. The thing about Wonderfest is like there's so many good toys, there's so many good Sofubi companies. There's just so much stuff, and it is painful to know that you're not going to be able to get like even a fraction of it. You know, it's like you can pick and choose and say, hey, maybe I want this one thing or something, but it is so hard to get some of this stuff. But there's a lot of must-haves here.
So many.
I remember sending you this Mothra as soon as it popped up because I was like, what the fuck? All of it. This is all great.
Yeah.
I think
one problem though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I think one of my favorites out of what we've seen here tonight, it's that Spiral 91 Godzilla. I want that.
It's hard for me to debate that. Yeah. I mean, besides Skeleturtle, it's hard for me to go against that. It is beautiful, and Spiral does amazing stuff.
There's a lot of really beautiful Sofubi sculpts here today, but that 91 that's like that big. Jesus Christ, I want it.
And if it's half as good as the GMK, it's just amazing. But now that we've given this title to One Up, or I've given this title One Up as the winners of Wonderfest. Now I know Sunguts and Max Toy and X Plus and M1, all of them have all this clout. But now One Up has this feather in their cap.
Yeah.
Can they not have to sit up by the bathroom? Can we get them a better spot next time? I mean, come on, Wonderfest.
Oh, man, that's the best spot, though, because everybody's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but, man, you have to, I don't know, dude. It's like, but come on. They need to be front and center.
You're right,
They're bringing the stuff. And like I said, we've always talked about One Up, and it's like, yeah, it's there. It's great. They do good stuff, but it's never like the must-haves. I think they're getting into that territory. I mean, I think they're in that, Sunguts, US Toys, Max Toy. I kind of view them kind of together in this little bubble. I think One Up is getting in there, and that's Wonderfest. That's Jay's Wonderfest.
Absolutely, a lot of great stuff, man. I'm glad it's so hard to. I'm glad we'll probably never go to a Wonderfest.
I know, right?
I just could not stand to be at that kind of convention.
No,
a lot of good stuff, dude. It is a good time to be a Kaiju fan. We have so much happening, and just in the toy world alone, it's ridiculous. I cannot believe it.
That's one Wonderfest. Look at all that stuff that's out. I mean, literally, like that is a lifetime's worth of awesome toy releases.
It is, yeah,
for a genre like this.
It's insane,
and we get them all the time. We get 2 of these a year, plus Superfest, plus hobby rounds, plus, Marathon festivals at Shibuya, plus pop-ups, plus G-Fest and Kaiju Go and Kaiju Brooklyn and everything. Like, we get all these fun events to go by. The Designer Con.
Yeah.
It just, there's a lot of really great stuff.
It's too much. It is too, like, that's literally that is the tagline of this podcast. It's
too much. It's too much.
A lot of good stuff, man.
We're going to go down trying to get it all, right?
We are. Yep. I'm going to buy it secondhand. I'm going to enlist your help for some of this stuff. And we'll spend until we can't anymore.
Yeah.
So that's all we can do.
Spend until Shelly divorces me. No.
Don't
edit that.
Cut that out. You got anything else, Jay?
I love this guy. Look at this guy. It's so cool.
Yeah.
No, I don't, man. I don't.
He needs his own show immediately.
He does. I mean, literally, I'm watching Mirror Man right now, and I'm like, there's something about the Kaiju, especially the early episodes. They all feel like they're very kind of like flat, like they're all kind of like this thing, and they all look like they're in like onesies. Like if you look close, it's almost like they're in like this like quilted onesies, as opposed to these big rubber suits. And like it looks like this guy. I mean, he looks like he could be off Mirror Man.
Fit right in. Yeah.
I was like, yes. Are you in Mirror Man? It's a licensing issue. But yeah.
Oh man. Well, cool. We're gonna get out of here then. I don't know. I have not looked at the schedule about the next episode. Are we gonna be in New York for the next episode or no? we'll still be here. We'll have one more episode, and then I think we'll be good. So
let's do something. Cool. Let's watch a really weird, terrible movie. I'm in the mood for a terrible movie.
Let's watch a fucking movie. We'll do it. Okay. Cool. Well, we'll figure that out, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.